Sorcelet may well come to end us once he hears of our allegations. There is no turning back now. We must move swiftly.
So how shall we proceed?
We must provide hard evidence, as Minister Kamsel requested.
And I wish to be named Archduke of Esfrost. Does he understand what he asks of us? We have no leads.
Salt is a well-regulated commodity, and numbers do not lie. If this illicit trade exists, someone will have altered the ledgers.
Of course. We'll gather what information we can on Sorcelet until the evidence we seek reveals itself. Let us canvass the town and see what we find.
Agreed. We should split up and search for clues.
What news?
Sorsley is shrewd. He'll not reveal his true colors so easily.
Nothing can remain hidden indefinitely.
Benedict is right.
Lord Serenoa, what does the evidence at hand suggest? Let us begin with source.
He bribed nobles right under our noses in Glenbrook.
How could I have been so blind to his dealings in the upper echelons of my own kingdom?
Though we know this to be true, I doubt we'll build a worthy case now that Esfrost rules the Crown City.
If we cannot secure the help of the remaining saints, we've no choice but to present our case directly to the Hierophant. Doing so will require incontrovertible proof of Sorsley's...
Claris said Sorsley kept a secret.
Of course. Sales had to be carefully managed.
making detailed records a necessity. Now then, let us focus on...
By which you mean Sorslay's camp?
Precisely. Not the one at the Citadel of the Sands, so far from the source.
I know its location.
Might the bribe Sorsley plied Glenbrook's nobles with be connected to his illicit dealings?
We know the ledger tracking the tainted salt exists.
End's encampment is our primary target, then. But it's too dangerous to get near, let alone...
Despite our best efforts, I'm afraid we haven't evidence enough to confront him over his crimes.
And Sorsley will find us out soon enough. If
Time is of the essence, then.
Though we lack proof, we'd best raise the issue with Kamsel once more.
Serenoa and his retinue know House End is involved in the illicit salt trade, yet fail to secure any solid evidence to back up their claims. Their position growing tenuous, House Wolffort makes a reckless bid to persuade Kamsel, Minister of Domestic Affairs, to levy charges.
Minister Kamsel will join our cause, won't he?
It's hard to be sure, but we must press our case and have faith. That is all that is in our power to do.
You! Are you House End's dogs?
A messenger, my lord, from the palace. I see.
You have found him.
Lord Wolffort, you have been accused of coercing Minister Sorsley End into unlawful acts. Your presence is required at the palace so the Holy One may question you.
House End is the guilty party, not Serenoa.
If you've testimony to give, you are welcome to stand witness at the trial.
My lord, this may be a good opportunity to bring our case directly to the Hierophant and the other powerful entities of High. I expect the Saintly Seven are not of one mind on this matter. If you can persuade some of the ministers to side with us, Sorsley will have nowhere to run.
Perhaps. Or you could end up the one with his head on the chopping block, Serenoa.
Even so, we cannot make an enemy of Hyzant, else we truly will be alone. I must stand trial, plead my case to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, and hope that...
How fortunate this humble merchant is to look upon such beauty. Nothing would do Lionel greater honor than to see his powders and perfumes adorn your divine visages. Such honor, in fact, that he is willing to part with him for practically nothing at all.
We haven't even coined for salt, let alone vanity.
Mines are not but your ledgers. You peddlers disgust me.
Well met, brave protectors of the realm. Lionel, every item has undergone meticulous testing to ensure that they will...
Out of our way, junkmonger.
How rude! Where are the smiles and open coin? Oh, perhaps Lionel should take his goods elsewhere. It is the perfect opportunity for the shrewd trader to amass his fortune.
My lord, that merchant who peddles his wares in our encampment has requested an audience.
You do Lionel a great honor, my lord. That he can count House Wolfort among his loyal patrons.
Yes, right.
As my lord is doubtless already aware, war places a heavy burden on the treasury. A burden that only grows. However, a skilled negotiator can see his coffers even fuller at war's end than they... If he may be so bold. He understands your precarious... In such times, one can never have enough coin and resources to stay.
Your words have merit, and you have always been honest in your dealings with my house.
Splendid! You are... Lionel shall not... From this day until his very last, he shall stake his... And if his own coin purse should grow fat.
Practice makes perfect.
You've been summoned to the palace, Minister Kamsel. The Holy One is to hear the accusations against Minister End and question House Wolfort.
Very well. So, Sorsley has made the first move. Serenora must not have been able to secure evidence against him after all. But order cannot truly be restored simply by sentencing House. I must make of this.
So there is to be a trial. I see. The Holy One requires the presence of the Saintly Seven immediately.
And here I thought you nearly had him, Wolfort. Did I overestimate you? No matter. There is more than one way to try. Now then.
The inquiry of House Wolfort stood accused by Minister Sorsley. We of the Saintly Seven will preside over it. Serenora Wolfort, you stand before the Holy One. Do you swear by the goddess to speak the truth?
I swear.
Minister Exham Marshall, you may be...
We know Minister Sorsley quite well, having worked... But we know comparatively little of you, Lords. Therefore, we must first determine whether you are... Surely you have not forgotten his position among the Saintly Seven of the Holy State of...
I have written it all down as tradition requires.
Yes, I have read through your report. It is a sign of sincerity that you would proceed according to our customs. Indeed, I can confirm you are a man of honor and integrity. Once all presiding over the trial have had a chance to express their opinions over your report, I have nothing further to ask.
Next, Minister Kamsel.
You must understand the difficult position you have put us in. Sauntering into our home to denounce one of our own. We are a welcoming people, and so must be wary if a stranger came to you with unfounded accusations against one of you. Have you any proof of the foul deed?
I have a witness who has seen the salt being transported.
Oh. Any entrusted to protect the source must swear an oath of honesty to the goddess before assuming. Well then, it seems we ought to consider the matter a little further. I have nothing more to ask.
Minister Tenebris.
It isn't strange that lay people would fail to grasp the goddess's infinite. We seven, however, do understand her will. For most, our teachings are the only way they know how. It is moot to judge Sorsley, one of the seven, based on evidence brought against him by... Unless you have testimony from one who understands.
Sorsley met in secret with powerful Glenbrook official. Minister Lila's secretary can attest to it.
Oh?
My secretary's word is as good as my own. None is more devoted to the goddess than he. If any can grasp her will...
I see. I've no further questions.
Minister Lila Viscraft?
It is plain to me that Sorsley has indeed engaged in misconduct. Yet while I do not doubt he bribed an official of Glenbrook, perhaps you can shine some...
I believe he wished to ensure that word of the unlawful salt...
Meaning that a powerful official in the Kingdom of Glenbrook was also complicit in this illicit trade. It would be possible to sell unlawful salt through all of Norzelia. A secret worth its weight in gold indeed. I have no more questions.
I, Idor Delmira. I cannot deny Lord Serenoa, but he is also dedicated to the goddess. Though he is not faultless by any means. If we are to pass judgment on such a man, So let me ask you this. Where exactly are we to find?
There must be some evidence in House End's encampment.
Ah, yes. The goddess would not be able to see into a place. Perhaps we would be remiss not to search the... My questions are done. The Holy One will pass judgment. Saranora Wolfort, the Holy One has... House Wolfort is found to have spoken true. Therefore, we find House Wolfort innocent and declare Sorsley End a traitor.
What?
Calm yourself. It seems the goddess has mercy yet to give you.
Praise her, and praise her wisdom.
You will stand in combat against House Wolfort. Whomsoever emerges the victor will...
Combat?
But your sins are indeed heavy, Sorsley. It will be as the House End and House... May the goddess of salt...
Am I hearing this right? So guilty criminals get to walk free if they win?
We've no choice but to do as they say.
And likely the outcome agreed upon by those who view salt.
Whatever the case may be.
They are united in their desire, and it is your fault. You will pay for this.